All right, well, you know, chances are that you have seen a concert along the Detroit River at the Aretha Franklin Amphitheatre. It's a great facility celebrating 20 years, and the woman who runs it is Shahida Mausi, and she is the CEO and president of the Right Productions. It's good to have you with me, Shahida. It's great to see you.
It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you so much.
When you sit and you look at a picture of the amphitheater, you said you spent a long time along the Detroit River.
I have, and it's a joy. It's a pleasure to be able to bring light and energy and to share that all across the region, really, with what we do at the Aretha. So from, you know, hip hop to rock to jazz, it's a great place.
And this cannot be easy. I think sometimes, you know, we see other, you know, arenas, and we see Pine Knob, we see the Aretha Franklin, and we just think that these acts just come and go, and it's there for our enjoyment. But the work that goes into programming and making sure that you're getting the variety of things. Talk to me about that.
Well, you know, the opportunity begins now for next year. So, you know, all those folks that have said, well, oh, I'd love to see so-and-so, and oh, and I enjoy so-and-so, go to thearetha.com. Send us what you think. You know, we like to see your pictures. We like to hear your comments. You know, so you have a little input in our shopping list, because we're going to put shows on sale Black Friday for next year.
Oh my gosh! So people can already start planning their making their summer plans.
At least 14 or 15 shows will go on sale in November. So we're going to take a quick breath and get right back to it.
What I also love about this is you are the only African American woman in the country who runs an amphitheater of this size.
That's true.
And being a first in that way, and really blazing a trail for other people as well. What does that mean to you, and how are you able to bring that out into the community for other people?
Well, we are the only African American owned company that manages a venue of this size in the country. And that's been the case for 20 years now. So it's a good thing, but it's also a bad thing. It shouldn't be.
Yeah, you hate being the only person in the room.
I shouldn't be the only one, right? But we're pleased that we are. It's been a life's work, really, to continue to build not only on what we do at the Aretha, but to now work with other promoters in the Black Promoters Collective all across this country. So we're doing arena tours now, we're doing small venue tours, we're working with conventions and doing talent and production services for them. We've grown, and that's the great thing about being a Detroit-based company. Detroiters have this whole diaspora, right, all across the country. We look at it when we do homecoming every year here, right? But the Detroit diaspora is strong, and what you can accomplish here, the opportunities that I've had here and my company has had here, didn't exist in some other places. It existed in Detroit, and because it existed in Detroit, we're able to stay here and grow nationally, and I plan to go internationally one day.
I mean, I want to see it. I have no doubt at all. You are also doing this with your sons.
Yes.
Your 4 sons with this company.
Yes.
What is that like, working with 4 sons?
Well, the best thing is that every day I go to work, I get hugs.
There's no fights, there's no disagreements?
There's all of that, but we start with a hug and we end with a hug. So as small business owners know, there are good times and rough times, and when you have family, you have the ability to weather those difficult times. Had it not been for family working together, particularly coming out of the pandemic, right? Because it was not just my 4 sons. I had cousins that came in from the East Coast and slept in the living room on the floor, because it took that kind of commitment to work together to get things done. You couldn't hire people, remember? And so I had my grandchildren that were toting and pulling and working, and so it's 3 generations, extended family. But that's what happens in small businesses, not just ours, but across this country, and it's part of the legacy of America, that small businesses, family businesses work and build this country.
You have had to make deliberate decisions to be as successful as you are for as long as you have been. What are some of the things that you think are key to running your business, to working with family, and what would you say to other women out there who want to achieve what you have?
Well, the first thing is that I have done almost every job that's related to the business, right? So that's a strength. It means that I'm better able to supervise and better able to select team members, but it also means that I value every member of our team. From whatever position you are, I know that you're important to making the experience what it is that we want to make in Detroit, what it is that we want to make at the Aretha. So, you know, if somebody's picking up trash, so am I if I see it, right? It's pulling together and knowing that. Also, recognizing the things that you don't know, right? The small lessons of business, like, I've got my books on QuickBooks and I now know how to organize this and whatnot. So you think that all of your accounts payable are in QuickBooks because if you enter it all, but your payroll taxes are not in your accounts payable. And you don't know that until you
experience it. Exactly. But I think even admitting that and saying, I don't know it all, and we learn along the way, but once that hits, I know I'm not making that mistake again, and you move forward.
And something that you can share with other people. So, you know, helping other businesses to come along. And the opportunities that we've been able to provide to other businesses that have come, worked with us for a while, gotten some enhanced skills, some experience, some credits, and they're able to then take their businesses and grow and do more in the region. So there are a lot of people with that, and also interns, people that used to be, you know, young undergrad interns with us are now working with, you know, major media across the country. So,
and it's good to hang on to those connections.
Great.
In the couple seconds we have left, the ability to have live music along the Detroit River in that facility is really amazing.
It is. It is a real gift to be able to energize this community with that. We take that stewardship very seriously. What we put on that stage actually has power, and it impacts people, and people impact our entire world. So we welcome the opportunity to continue with this for, God willing, another 20 years, and to do the succession planning, which is something else that people don't like to talk about, but it's real. So we're doing that too, because we plan to be around for a while.
All right, Shahida Mausi, thank you so much, CEO of The Right Productions, which runs the Aretha Franklin Amphitheatre.
Thank you so much.
It's so good to have you here.
Nice to be here.